is operant conditioning? Operant conditioning was first described by B.F. Skinner, who defined it as a method of learning that occurs through rewards and punishments. Through operant conditioning, an association is made between a behaviour and a consequence for that behaviour, and is focused on strengthening, i.e. reinforcing, or weakening, i.e. punishing, voluntary behaviours. This is different to classical conditioning, which involves making an association between an involuntary response and stimulus. What is a reinforcer? A reinforcer is a method of increasing the probability of a behaviour being repeated. There are two different types of reinforcers, positive and negative. These are different to punishment, which decreases the chances of a behaviour reoccurring. What is a positive reinforcer? A positive reinforcer involves the addition of a reinforcing stimulus, i.e. a reward, directly after a desired behaviour, making it more likely that that behaviour will occur again in the future. It is important to note that the reward must be appealing to the subject and must outweigh any negative consequences. So, for example, a dog is learning to sit on command. That would be a behaviour. A consequence of this is that you would praise the dog and reward with treats and pats when it does sit. Afterwards, the dog would learn to sit straight away on command. What is a negative reinforcer? A negative reinforcer involves the removal of an adverse stimulus which is rewarding to the subject. This involves strengthening the behaviour because it removes an unpleasant experience. Similar to positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement is most effective when it takes place immediately after the behaviour so that the association can be formed straight away. An example of this is a dog goes to the toilet inside of a house. A consequence of this is you would go off at the dog and put the dog outside, therefore taking away attention. Afterwards, the dog would learn to go to the toilet outside. What we have covered so far is thinking about the end result of reinforcement, which is to try and increase a behaviour. This can be done through positive reinforcement, which is adding something positive, i.e. a reward, or through negative reinforcement, which can be thought of taking an adverse stimulus away in order to increase a response. As we can see in this example, the trainer is teaching Bella the dog to sit by a hand signal, then rewarding with treats. Once the dog sits or gets close to it, the trainer rewards the dog. Therefore, over the time, the dog learns to sit quicker, as this trick is associated with receiving a yummy treat. In this example, Bella the dog barks at the snake, which is an aversive stimulus. As a consequence, the snake then goes away, hence the dog gets to avoid the unpleasant stimulus, i.e. it's removed from the environment. And now Bella the dog is more likely to bark every time she sees a snake, therefore increasing the behaviour.
Who let the dogs out?
Brought to you by human learning enthusiasts Liz, Kath and Tess.